Right, so we probably want something else on here because this is the bit, this is, we can see all of this. So I have a daisy, the same as I put on the other side, but it's in a light blue. Doesn't stand out enough really, does it? I've got a pink one. Don't think that stands out enough either. This one, it's a slightly darker pink. What we're going to put on here, guys? Got this darker blue one. What else have I got? Let's raid the store cupboard. You've got a big pink one. Big showy pink flower here. Oh, that's rather nice. I'll move that up just a little bit so you can still see that butterfly. It's doing double duty and covering up one of our splotchy bits from the glue. That's very nice. I like that. And what can we put at the bottom? I've got some white balls somewhere. Oh, look what I've got, a blue butterfly. Oh, that might be just the job. It's one of these dimensional ones. That might look nice. Yes, I think that looks lovely. Do we need any more? Might need a little gem just in the middle of there, but basically I think that's it. I don't think we need anything more than that. Looks lovely. So we'll just stick that down, and because it's going onto lace, I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. Been caught out like once like that already today, so that isn't going to happen to me again today, I hope. It's going to clean the nozzle of that. It's got a bit gunky. This is quite a big one. And it, at first, when I first got it, it didn't want to cut. It just didn't come out cleanly. But then I saw that Sizzix said if you put wax paper between your die and the paper that you're cutting, it helps to cut cleanly. So I did that, and actually I haven't looked back since. It cuts everything out really cleanly. It is a bit of a fad actually getting the wax paper off afterwards, because it sticks. Well, it doesn't stick, but it's been pressed to go together, and so it's, it doesn't want to release. But you can just get your scalpel out and it just pops off eventually. But the good thing is that it does cut cleanly, which is what we're after. Right, so that's that glued. And I want that just up there above that butterfly, but still on the envelope. Just bring that down a little. So there we go. Bring it down there. Like so. Make sure it's all stuck down. That's very pretty. And then there's just this envelope. It's a butterfly. Hello. Let's put this butterfly on. So I'm not going to stick the pieces that come up. I mean, obviously when they're in the folder, they're going to get squashed. But they still will have some dimensionality to them. So I'm not going to stick them down flat. Just going to stick that little angle there in the corner. Make sure it's stuck. And the little antenna are stuck. So they're the sort of things that bend up and are really annoying. So just make sure it's down. So there we are. That's that. Pretty, isn't it? And I don't think it needs any more than that, actually. I think that's absolutely ample. Because it can go on and on and on. And very often I do go on and on and on. And then I think, should have stopped that a while ago. So the next thing to do then is to stick our pages. Well, now I need some little gems. So I'll do the little gems first. And I'm using the glue-on ones as opposed to the hot fix. And I've got several sizes actually. I've got these rather large Aurora Borealis ones, but they are super bright, super twinkly. And I'm just wondering if one of those would go in there. Yeah, I think it would rather nicely. So Jen Sinclair, if you're watching, this is for you. So right, I'll have that there. What I need to do is order some Aurora Borealis smaller ones. So I'm thinking that that size is probably too big for him. And that one can go in there. And I don't think I can get one of these in that little butterfly. No, that's just too, that's just silly. So let's put these ones away, these super twinkly ones. Like that. And I've got two sizes of these other crystals. This size, which is a little bit smaller than the other ones. So I can put that there for his head. And dog's joining in. He's spotted something out the window. Thinks I need a running commentary on whatever it is. And maybe two of these down here. Let's just see what we need. I mean, this is adding a whole new dimension to it. Yeah, I think I'm going to need those two, so I'll shut those up. Bobby! Right, so I need just a little bit of glue on here. That's fine, because it's flipped over. There we go. Oh. And stick that one down. It doesn't need much glue at all. The glue is this E6000 and it is really kind of powerful glue. And it sticks these down with a very small amount. But you don't want to use too much, because if you do, it'll start coming up the sides and then it doesn't look nice. So that's that one. This one, teeny tiny drop of glue, goes a long way. That's probably too much. Pop that one there. Lovely. And then we've got these ones. Let's try and get them the right way over first before I put the glue on, so they're ready just to pick up. Honestly, they're really awkward to flip over. Oh, come on. Finally. And this one here is going on the head part. So I just want a little trail of glue, and I suspect that's too much. Stick the lid on that. This tool that I've got is called a kutana, a crystal kutana, and it's just got this sort of sticky end to it that picks up the stones but also releases them. So there we are. I've got a very sparkly butterfly there. So we're full of sparkles. We are replete in the sparkle department. And they really are sparkling away. I'm not sure if you're picking that up on the camera, but I can tell you they are absolutely sparkling. So we'll pop the other. There we go. We'll pop this envelope down where it's going. So just need some glue on there. All over this flip-flop triangle. And same thing again, hold it up like that and offer your page, just going to move that, offer your page up to it. So you've got, it's on the fold like that, so it's not buckling back on itself. So that's great, that's what we want. Let's fold these out of the way just so I can get a good amount of pressure on that so it's in the right place, and it's going to stay there, lovely. So the next thing we need to do is put my pin back in my glue, obviously, is to stick this down onto the page where it's going. Other way around, that way around, there we are. That's looking pretty, I think. So where is the page? Here it is. So it's going to be centralised pretty much on that back page there, like so. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to stick that down, and I'm going to use 3-in-1 for this because it's perfect. Make sure that you get all the edges stuck down well. Especially the edges of the envelopes, because they will have a little bit of pressure on them flipping over and back. Right, let's give that a try then. So I can hold on to the envelopes while I place this down. Just try and get it square, like that. I think we're all right there. And then press it, give it a good press down. And fold your envelope in and make sure you've got good pressure on that bit there. So that's the bit that's actually going to take the pressure. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's nice. So all I need to do now is just wait for that to dry, just give it a minute to come to its senses and wait for that to dry. And then all we need to do then is actually placing it in the folio itself. So I'll see you again. Welcome back, everybody. Blank page in front of us, but it's only blank on this side. We've got lots going on the other side. It's all decorated, finished, ready to go. What we need to do now is, well, the next thing we need to do is to insert our dried flower insert, acetate insert. Now for this one, I've sewn all the way, placed my flowers on and glued them very, very gingerly with some Fabri-Tac, sewn all the way around it. And then I've just put 2.5 inch strips of cardboard design paper, but on the heavier weight, onto that and folded it back up at 1/2 inch. And I'm now going to stick that down there, down the middle, down the crease there. And it'll all become apparent why I'm doing all this, if it hasn't already. So just need to apply some glue to there. Yeah, just make sure I've got it clear in my mind what I'm doing, because I don't really get too many second chances with this one. So I'm using Fabri-Tac because I really want some good adhesion going on. So getting towards the end of this little folio now. It's turned out to be more than I thought it was going to be. I don't know what I had in my mind, but this is more than that. And just carefully now, make sure that you get it exactly on the crease and sort of in as much from the bottom as the top. So that's exactly on that crease, and that's exactly on that crease. Excellent. I'm being attacked by die cuts. And just press that down, give it a really, really, really firm press down. So there we are, that's the right way up. We're doing okay. And that's got a bit of foldability to it now, which the one we put in the last one didn't have. So there we are. I think that's okay. And what comes next is the pages on each side that we've already made, so they're just really to glue in. And that one's going to go there. Just going to put, oh, there is a little bit of ink around there, that's okay. Maybe a little bit of ink around here, just to tie everything together. As I was saying on the last one, it's not that I want ink particularly on the design paper, it's just where the cut is. It just looks very white, and I don't like that. I don't like that look. So I'm just taking my ink and just really going around the absolute edge of the paper. So that's going to go there. Let's just check it fits okay. It seems to fit fine. Brilliant. So let's get some glue on there then. So I'm going to use my big Fabri-Tac bottle because I need, it's a big area. I don't want it, if you put use a little bottle, it starts to dry. It's so thin it starts to dry before you've got to the end, the other end. When I was a kid, televisions weren't as sophisticated as they are now. There was a lot of sort of white noise and I don't know, fizzing and not clear pictures, and the pictures would be rolling around and whatever. And whenever it went really bad, my granddad used to stand up, thump the top of the television and say, "Ah, it'll be the other end." It was always the other end. Oh dear, don't know what brought that to my mind, but never mind, thought I'd share it with you. So make sure you get that right up to the crease. Like that. And then it needs to be stuck down. This just needs to come this way a little bit, if I can do that. Yeah, there we go. Right, so press on with all your might. Lovely. And that's still going to fold, I think. Yeah, I think so. I don't think I can get that to move now. Might have been an idea not to stick it quite so tight. But I think we're all right. Yeah, I think that's fine. It's really pretty, this, isn't it? It's beautiful. Just flowers that grow locally in our hedgerows. And my other page, here it is. So I'm just going to take all of these things out of it because they're just going to complicate my life. And let's face it, we don't need that, do we? So this has been cut a little bit small, actually. But never mind. It's not dire. It's absolutely not dire. But just before I do that, I'm just going to put a little bit of ink up there, just in case you can see that fold. I don't know what's going on here. Everything's flipping out, flipping up, flipping everywhere. So I'm just going to put a little bit of ink around here again. Doesn't take much at all. Not where the lace is. That just makes it look dirty. Right, so that's okay. And I've got ink. I'm not sure I've got a great deal of ink around there. There we are. Same procedure then with the Fabri-Tac all over it. So I'm about to embark on a new project for me. I will be sharing parts of it with you, I'm quite sure of it, but it's mainly just my journal. And it's going to be called A Journal for All Seasons. And it's going to be in 4 parts, obviously spring, summer, autumn and winter. But they will go together, and they'll go together in a sort of mock-up bookshelf that Mr. Fix-It's going to make for me. I'm just looking at his face as I say that, and it's like, what? I beg your pardon. You haven't mentioned this before. No, I haven't, but I'm telling him now. That just needs to come down just a touch. Come down. Honestly, Fabri-Tac is so... Once you stick it, it's stuck. That's fine. That's good. That's better than I thought it was going to be, actually. That's great. So give that a really good press, particularly down this bit where it might want to move because of the flappage going about. So I can't really get much more pressure on that. Just make sure your edges are down. And everything that you can see is stuck. So yeah, that's great. Now this does actually flip. Oh great, that was worth it. Oh, need another little bit of glue in there, look. I'm going to use the little one for that because I can get in more easily. Just make sure that's stuck down. I think it's when that comes back it wants to fold this up with it. So just check. Yeah, I think that's fine now. I think we're doing all right. So let's get our lids on everything. Fabri-Tac, if you ignore it without the lid on it, it goes a bit bananas. That's that cleaned off. I'll throw that away because it's all gluey. Right, so what do we do now then? Let's put everything back in that we've got. This goes these go in here. You might not want to put all of this in yours. It's kind of a bit excessive, I think. Got carried away somewhat. I think those two are absolutely perfect, but you know, I've made this, so it's going in. And then on here, I really like this little envelope with a little dimensional butterfly. It's cute. It's what I'd refer to as a clean page. You know, there's no flippy flappy and anything around. That lies there nicely. This is our front page, and it's got that tag with the gorgeous ribbon on it. I love that. I need to be ordering me some more of that gorgeous, gorgeous ribbon. And the little tag that goes in this little one here. So that's the front, that's the middle. I mean, when you look at it, it's hardly surprising it's taken us quite so long to make it, because it is a thing of beauty. I love this. And then this. Now all we need to do with these are completed, they're done, they're all blinged up and looking very nice. But I just want to put a little Velcro dot on there, just to keep that properly closed. It's not actually bouncing open, but I'd like it really, really firmly closed. So I'm just going to take oh, the dog's off again. You take one of the rough ones, obviously, and one of the fluffy ones, and join them together, one on top of the other. And they are self-adhesive, but I'm afraid I don't trust anything that says it's self-adhesive. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Fabri-Tac to each side. Just to make sure that it does stick. And then stick it to where you want it, which is probably just about, I don't want to stick it over where it says wildflowers, so I'll stick it there. And then stick it down, bit of pressure, and when that dries, then you'll be able to open it as Velcro. But we'll just leave it there for a minute to dry. Now then, whilst I'm keeping a bit of pressure on there, I'll talk to you about the folio cover itself. And I've used A3 paper for this. I'm lucky I have an A3 printer. I know not all of you do. You could take your file to a copy shop and they will print it on A3 for you if you want. Or some of the photocopier places, they do, you can upscale it from A4 to A3. So there are options if you really want to do that. Or you could just use pieces of A4 and join them, which would be fine as well. That would work too. So anyway, this is, I don't even know what it measures, but I shall tell you now in a moment. It measures, everything's now in my way. It measures 15¼ inches. And I have scored it at 6 and again at 12. So I've scored it there at 6 inches and again at 12 inches. And then I've just rounded the corners off with my little punch thing, cut them off, and inked all around it, and inked the crease marks, if you like, there. And in this paper, this wildflowers was written, you know, it was just text in the design paper. So I've cut that off and I've mounted it onto this little bit of creamy yellow card, because actually we've got quite a lot of yellow on the front. So that's how come that is like that. Let's see if this is stuck yet. No, not yet. Right, so this piece here needs attaching to the cover of the folio, and I've decided to attach it in a slightly different manner to the trial piece, if you like. The trial piece I sewed in, and there's not enough movement. It's just too tight, it's too static. So I've decided with this one to tie it in with some string. I think it'll look nice. I think it'll look in keeping with the wildflower theme. So I've decided to go with a sort of butcher's twine, really. I also like this one. It's kind of rustic, but I think it's just a little dark for our folio. So I'm going to go with this one. And I'm just going to slide it underneath. Oh, I forgot we had all that on the back. It's not going to slide very well. Like that. Leave enough to comfortably tie a bow, which I could tie several bows. Could anchor a ship with what I've got here. Line that up there. Cut yourself some off. And I'm just going to go around this, just on the back of the folio, just on the back side of the crease there. Let me pull that through a little bit more. And then it's a matter of just tying it. So you want to tie it with enough tension to hold it in place, but not so much tension that you're really messing around with the with the folio, that you're not pulling it in too much. So I like that there. Let's see if I can get another knot on top of that to tie it sturdily. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. And just tie that off into a bow. Just for the sake of prettiness, like so. I'm just going to tie a little knot in the end of that, just in case this string frays, which I actually think it might, and I don't want that, so I'm just going to tie a knot towards the end. And similarly with this one here, don't want it all fraying out everywhere, so cut that just that side of the knot. So there we are, and that just lies like that. It looks nice. It looks really in keeping, I think, with the whole wildflower countryside kind of vibe thing going on that we've got, and it still folds up nicely, and it's just got a little bit more movement than the original one that I did. So that's the string you can see at the side there. It's quite full, this. It's quite a chunky monkey, actually. For a folio, you know, there's a lot of stuff in this for a folio, isn't there, really? And that just folds over, and it's just at the right position for that to fold back over and tie down. So we've got that right, at least. So in order to tie this, I'm just going to put an eyelet in the centre of here and just strengthen it, reinforce it, and put some ribbon through. So let's just find the centre of that. It measures 8.5 inches, so I reckon that's 4 1/4, which is there, and just in a little bit from the edge. So I'm going to make quite a pronounced mark there with my pencil, and get my crocodile and my eyelets out. And I also want to punch out an inch piece of reinforcement. You can see I've done the last piece out of this as well. It's just a nice mid-green tone that kind of goes with our overall papers. Talking rubbish now. So I'm just going to put that on there and mark where the middle is, which is, I think, there. Right, so need to make a hole. in the centre of that, and a hole where I've marked this. Let me just check first of all that that is not going to come over the side. No, it's not. It's just absolutely perfect, actually, and more good looks and judgment. So there we go. So that's going to go on there. I'm just going to stick that on. Don't think that's exactly central, but honestly it's as near as. Stick that on so it's not moving around while we're trying to put the eyelet through. And which colour shall we have? I think I'll have this bronzy looking one. Looks nice and light. These are the proper eyelets that you get to go with the crocodile. I'm sure other eyelets will do. But my crocodile's brand new, so I didn't want to do anything wrong. So I don't really know how you get these out, actually. So let's go for one of those. That's quite a pretty one. So yeah, I'm sure you can get cheaper versions of this that go with the crocodile, but like I say, I didn't want to do anything wrong with my crocodile. So I want it to go in from this side, like that, through the little hole that I've just made. And then you turn it over, and the crocodile's got various settings here. This one is the one that's right for mine, so you put it over until you can see the knobble underneath. Put that to the front and squish it down. This is the theory, let's hope it works. It didn't feel very squishy. That hasn't squished anything. Nearly there. It's me making a meal of this, not the crocodile. I'm quite shaky, which isn't helping. Might have to get Mr. Fix-It to do this bit for me. I'm just going to call in help, assistance. I can't stop shaking enough to get it in the right place. We're nearly there, but just not quite. That's it. There we go. Just needed a non-shaking person. So that's that. It's really not that difficult, guys. It's just was difficult for me. So we've got that in place. That comes over. We just need a bit of ribbon now. This is so chunky. I can't believe that we... Oh, need a bit of glue down there, look. The doily is making a bid for freedom. It's always good, actually, when you've made this, to go back after a couple of days and just check that nothing has failed you. You know, the blue glue's still in place, the lace, everything that you put on is actually still where you wanted it to be. With this, I think I've just completely missed it with the glue, actually. I think I did this as a live, and sometimes you're in such a hurry with a live, really, to sort of entertain, as it were, that you sometimes miss bits out with the glue, etc. So just make sure that we're all happy with that. Right, So that's okay, everything there is okay. Everything there is okay. I might just put a sparkle onto him, you know, why not? The other butterflies have got one, so everybody's just going to laugh at him if he hasn't got one. I don't like that. I don't want him to be bullied. I'm going to put one of my big Aurora Borealis ones on. I don't want this to go everywhere, so I'll just be a bit careful with them. So yeah, I'm just going to put one of these big ones there. Might not make a heck of a lot of difference, but it does to me. I know he's finished off properly. He's properly dressed. If he's got that on. So a little bit of glue. As soon as you can, turn your tube back the right way, because it'll drip out, and it's not the sort of stuff you want dripping on your work. So pop that down there, a little bit of pressure. Lovely, that's him finished off beautifully now. And they still have some dimensionality to them. The wildflowers, what can you say? I mean, they're just beautiful, they really are. I've got our string there, that's fine. Everything in there. Oh yeah, we haven't made a journaling card for this envelope yet, so is there anywhere else that needs a gem while I've got them out? No, I don't believe there is. Actually, I think we're all gemmed up, so I'll put these away into safety, because they're not exactly cheap, those Aurora Borealis stones. Okay, so it's just a little journaling card. So it's always good practice to go through your work and just make sure you have, like this, you know, that could easily have gone out and it would have been short of a bit of, let me just get something to make it out of. Running out of paper now. Right. I don't know if any of these are the right size. I think that would be all right, actually. That's just too big. I think these are okay. I'm quite happy with those. They're nice. So let's cut them out. Which one do I like best? I like this one with the pink butterfly and it says Red Meadow Clover on it. I like the text as well. So I'll go for that one, I think. Just going to roughly cut it out at the moment. And I'm not going to back this onto anything. I don't think it needs it. It's just a little journaling card. And it's white on the back, which is fine because white's, you know, been using white really as our base colour. So I think it'll be all right with that. So I'm just going to cut it off and pop it in the envelope. I might just ink around the edge lightly. Lightly like a whisper. I'm just using whatever's on my ink dauber thing. There you go. So we'll pop this into here. And I want the white to show on that side, so it shows up the pattern on the tracing paper. See, now we've put that in, that tracing paper shines so much brighter. Excellent, that only took 5 minutes and well worth it, I think. So, not even room for it in here, to be honest. Oh goodness, I don't know where to put it. I'll put it at the back. I'll put it there. So that, yep, now we're all happy with that. And the back page, I think we've just not long completed that really, and I think I'm happy with everything there. That's stuck down now, so yeah, that's lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So that just sticks down. Anytime you flop it over, it'll just stick down there. But you can take your journaling tab out if you want. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty. It's really pretty. That's just decided to curl over that little bit at the bottom there. So just straighten that out. And then that goes in. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, as I say, it's always worth having just a check around, make sure that you're happy with absolutely everything. And now all we need is a bit of ribbon as a closure. Look at that for a folio. It's more like a blooming journal. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to use this satin ribbon that I've got, and I'm just going to pass it through there. Well, I'm going to attempt to pass it through there, through our eyelet, like so. And before I forget, I'm just going to put a V shape on the end just to stop it fraying. So cut it in like that. And then I want to turn that around. It's the wrong way, that's it. So wrap it round and around, and then it comes back to here, and we need to tie the bow. Like so. Cut this off about here. Will be fine, I think. That way. Pass that down through that loop so it goes down, not up. So there we are, looking very pretty. And if you really wanted to, you could add a little charm like we did to the other one. It's just on a bulb clip, and it's just a little charm that would hang there, and that would be our finished journal. Well, folio. So we've come to an end. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I hope you have a go at making it yourself. If you do, post your pictures either in the Facebook group that is the sister to this channel, Miss Paint-A-Lot's Junk Journal group. Be nice to see you over there. Or, you know, put them on Instagram and tag me in, Miss Paint-A-Lot, Miss_Paint-A-Lot, and follow along with what I'm doing there. And please, if you can, subscribe to the channel, so then that way you won't miss any lives or any future videos that I post. So there we go. We've completed it. We've come to the end. Thanks for joining me as we've made this, and I will be making lots more projects in the future. So I hope to see you then. Bye for now.